Next is Mr. Bob Pejman.
Thank you, Mayor, Council members. Bob Pejman, 7130 East Main Street, Scottsdale. And I want to talk on about policy AC 3.8. And I want to be real objective about this and not be reactive in a normal way. So first I want to be clear that we don't oppose this sort of a plan or a process if it makes sense, but the key word is if. To illustrate that, the City of Mesa recently spent $14–15 million in forms of public and private funding to basically construct a 50-unit artist in residence facility for artists to basically live and create there. But do you know why they did it? Because the City of Mesa is trying to be the City of Scottsdale. They don't have the art gallery, so they had to artificially invent it. That's not the situation here. The situation here is that we have about 50 galleries and probably over 1,000 artists. So we don't have a shortage of artists, that's for sure. So to contemplate doing something like this here doesn't make any sense. Now, going to the Planning Commission recommendation, they basically recommended that Council approve of the downtown plan the way it is and delete 3.8. And Erin Perot, who's on the planning department, basically she advised the Planning Commission by deleting this. You're not impairing Scottsdale Arts, public art, the Scottsdale School, cattle track, and canal convergence. You're not impairing any of these. And the question was then, if we get rid of this, what are we getting rid of? And the answer is nothing. So that's why, in my opinion, it should be deleted so that there's no confusion. Now, one last important point I want to make is that we don't have an issue so much with the method of funding for this, but rather that if you make this a city plan, i.e. you put it into a downtown plan, you basically are making it a city program. So even if you fund it privately, you manage to find people to fund it privately, if it's in a city plan, it's a city program, which means the city can then promote it, they can market it, they can endorse it, and what other business is in that, has that privilege? And so if somebody wants to come in and gather 20, 50 artists privately without the city's help and basically rent a space, buy a building and do this, we got nothing against that. It's free enterprise. So that's basically it in a nutshell. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pejman. Vice Mayor Phillips.
Thank you, Mayor. Are we voting on both of these at the same time, or are we voting on them separately?
We'll do them separately.
You're doing them separately?
They are associated, of course, but yeah.
Well, in that case, I would move that we adopt Resolution 11181 minus policy AC 3.8.
Well, I'm in favor of the motion, including removing AC 3.8, so I call for the question.
Is there a second to the call to the question?
Second.
Question's called. Then we are then ready to vote on the initial motion, which is to approve absent 3.8, as was described. All those in favor, please indicate by aye and register your vote. Aye. It's unanimous 7-0 on item 26.